Hi everyone, Dr. Obin Frimpong here, and welcome to my channel. Today we want to look at how to remember the steps of glycolysis the super easy way. This topic is a very daunting or a very scary topic for most of us in biochemistry, but we want to simplify the steps. We want to see how to remember the steps. We want to use a mnemonic for this, and the mnemonic is great grandmom, fierce, fighting, great granddad, because 32 punches paralyzes. So the mnemonic again: great grandmom, fierce, fighting, great granddad, because 32 punches paralyzes. So you get a story, right? Good. And so great stands for glucose. Grandmom stands for glucose 6-phosphate. Fierce stands for fructose 6-phosphate. Fighting stands for fructose 1,6-bis-phosphate. Great grand stands for glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Dad stands for dihydroxyacetone phosphate. And so in actual fact, fructose 1,6-bisphosphate is broken down into glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate and then dihydroxyacetone phosphate. And acetone phosphate is reconverted back to glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, said that you have two molecules of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Then because stands for 1,3-bis-phosphoglycerate. Then 3 stands for 3-phosphoglycerate. 2 stands for 2-phosphoglycerate. Punches stands for phosphoenol pyruvate. And lastly, paralyzes stands for pyruvate. So you see how the steps have been simplified using the mnemonic: great grandmom, fierce, fighting, great granddad, because 32 punches paralyzes. Super easy. And so on this slide, I just want to show you a picture of the pathway again, and then see that the mnemonic really matched what is seen on the paper. And so I'm going to indicate the molecules with black arrows. So here we have glucose, that stood for great. Then we have glucose 6-phosphate, that stood for grandmom. Then fructose 6-phosphate, which stood for fierce. Then we had fighting, which stood for fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. Then great grand, that is a glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. And then dad here, which stood for dihydroxyacetone phosphate. Then we have because, which stood for 1,3-bis-phosphoglycerate. 3 stood for 3-phosphoglycerate. 2, which stood for 2-phosphoglycerate. And then punches, phosphoenol glycerate. And lastly, pyruvate, which was represented by paralysis. And so you know that glycolysis is a metabolic process which generates pyruvate from glucose breakdown. Basically. And so thank you for watching this episode of TutorMed. Kindly support us by liking and sharing this video to whoever might need this, and then see you in another simplified video. Until then, have a great day. Bye.